Good day and welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob and I'm grateful for you to join me. Thank you. Yesterday we summarized key strategies for resilience. And I want you to remember that what we're doing here is working on building inner resources which can help us in making this critical shift that we've identified. And that shift is from red alert brain to resting brain. Or another way to put that, it's our creating a capacity to move from what we've been calling the victim role or the victim identity here, for moving from that to the capacity to grieve, then accept circumstances which may understandably frustrate or even disappoint us, but that they do not have to sink us. That's the distinction, is that with the resilience that comes with the capacity to stay in the resting brain, to access grief and acceptance, we don't get swamped by our frustrations. What I'd like you to do now is imagine what might these skills that we've been looking at, what might they look like if we applied them to all of our relationships, whether at home or at work or at school. Well, I want you to know that's where we're headed now in our next series here, starting today, on reviving our relationships. Just by way of quick review, as you by now probably fully realize, our central goal in all that we contribute here at your Vitality Project is to encourage and support more than our simply surviving. That's not enough. And more than our being literally sober. That's also not enough. Even though it's important that we gain sobriety from addictions of every sort, we're looking for something more. What is the more? Well, we're aiming higher, and what we're aiming for is genuine thriving beyond just surviving, genuine thriving in our lives, and also the capacity to access rich vitality, hence the name of our project here, rich vitality, creativity, zest for living, and that we be able to access that much more often than not. None of us can be in that place of resilient vitality all of the time. But what would it be like to create a baseline that accesses that much more often than not? That might be very desirable. Does all this sound ambitious to you? I sure hope so. So let's go in our next series here. So what I want to start with is an exercise for you. It'll kind of prime the pump. I want to ask you to focus your attention on a relationship in your life that you'd like to improve. I'd like to suggest that you pick an important relationship. As we move into our homework exercises over the next several posts, you'll see why I think it's important. You pick a relationship that you've got a lot of skin in the game, that you've got some investment. So pick that relationship, and I want you to ask yourself a series of questions and then write out your responses. First of all, what are the current strengths of this relationship that matters so much to you? Another way to put that is, what makes this relationship worth fighting for, worth changing for? And to fill out the picture, I want us to ask ourselves, what are the problem areas which you or I would like to address in this important relationship? Give yourself a few minutes to journal out how this relationship makes you feel. Makes you feel when it's going well, write that out. And write out how it makes you feel when it's not going so well, write that out too. Write out your thoughts, save them. Because what we're going to be doing is resourcing these thoughts and your experiences as we move forward into our next unit, which again is about reviving our relationships. I want to thank you again for joining me today. Good luck with the homework exercise. I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Take good care, stay safe, be well, and I'll see you soon.